They won't even feel it.
All right. The Senate is investigating allegations of bribery and corruption by staff of the Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System, IPPIS, officials at the various universities. They allege action by the officials had resulted in the delay capturing and payment of staff of the federal government-owned universities who were recruited as far back as 2020. The resolution followed a motion sponsored by Senator Ifeanyi Ubah during Wednesday's plenary. The motion is tagged urgent need to investigate the alarming cases of delays in payment and allegations of corruption associated with the capturing and payment of newly recruited university staff. Can you give us an insight into this, Bolaji?
Yes, it's very unfortunate. IPPIS, that's Integrated Payroll and Personal Information System, which is what the federal government feels should be the system that should be adopted by the university for the salaries of workers, has always been a major issue between the government and the university. Yes, ASU. ASU prefers UTAS, that's University Transparency and Accountability Solution. UTAS. Unfortunately, the federal government says, no, this is the one we want. And that has been a major issue between the two of them. And because of that, there has been a major problem in terms of getting everybody on the IPPIS that the federal government wanted. But there are people that have been employed since 2020. When they will be captured, yes. And the salary. Yes, they will be captured. And if they are not captured, their salary is not going to be paid.
This 2023.
Exactly, 3 years. So how can someone be working for that number of years? You see, they want to cut corners to ensure that they are captured. Even they are not even talking about whether the IPIS is accepted or UTAS is they accept everything. They are talking about the one that is being used to pay the salary now. If they are not captured there, they are not going to get a salary. And they will want the salary to be paid. Nobody wants to work for 30 days and not be paid. And we are talking about 3 years now. So as it is now, they have to survive. Yes, they have to survive. And they need to cut corners to ensure that they are captured. And that's what led to this issue of corruption. These are that bribing people that, okay, please put me there, like the Nigerian factor, the Nigerian way, wants just to find a way to get things done without going through the normal channel. And I think another problem that we are having is maybe at the university level is because they really want this particular system. And that's why there's this delay in capturing some of these people. They prefer the UTS, and possibly maybe, I'm not saying it is, but it is possible that may be the reason for the delay in capturing some of their staff. But
along the line, when ASU, when they were negotiating with the federal government, they warned that this thing is fraught with corruption. Yes. This IPPIS, apart from not being flexible to their own work schedule.
Yes.
But look, there's something not sinister about this IPPIS.
It is not a problem with the universities alone. And it just happens that universities are complaining. An IPPIS that allows an accountant general to steal more than 100 billion. Where is, what kind of transparency is there? With IPPIS, you never can tell how much you earn in a month. Today, you can earn 10,000 less than your salary. The following month, you can gain it. There is no consistency. The universities, and I'm happy that even the industrial court has ruled that it is illegal to force IPPIS on everybody. And they have no choice, except if there is no, what's it called in our country anymore, except if there is no rule of law. Once courts give pronouncement, they are meant to be obeyed. You took these university lecturers to court, you took them to court, and they want that aspect is significant, that you cannot force them to enroll on IPPIS. IPPIS is fraught with corruption. There are individuals simply using this IPPIS to make money for themselves. And apart from that, in the federal establishments, job opportunities are only made known to a select few. Officials sell jobs to the highest bidder. If they are not simply giving those jobs to relations of big politicians or big people in government generally, they are selling. They tell you, go and bring so millions before you can be employed. So it's been around, it's been on for so long, and now the National Assembly is saying, okay, this racketeering and the inconsistencies in IPPIS, we want to investigate. Because if we don't investigate, these shady practices will continue. We should be able to explain, okay, I know someone at the Federal University of Lokoja, for example, who has been on sabbatical doing research in that is a lecturer in another institution, but doing his, what's it called, in that university. And for 15 months now, he has not been paid a dime. It is not universities that are running this thing. It's the federal government officials. So, led for the Federal University of Lokoja VC, who is from my hometown, and some of the people there, the lecturers, of course they will want to have their colleague receive a salary. A lecturer cannot, you can't even hire a gardener. He has to be enrolled on IPPIS, otherwise he won't get paid. Not even the VC can hire a gardener of his own. You have to be enrolled on IPPIS before that person can collect salary. That is the reason it envisages that only you can only earn one salary. No allowances, nothing. So if you go and do your, the university system encourages having visiting lecturers and all that. Even during our time, there were white people who came to our school. Yes, goes about during that period, you research, you learn more and all that, which you will come to impart on your students. But a situation in which the universities cannot pay those visiting lecturers on their own, they can't pay because they won't be captured. That person will not be captured in IPPIS. That's why universities oppose IPPIS. Now, even public servants themselves, civil servants, also oppose IPPIS because of the inconsistency in their salaries and all that. Today you earn this, tomorrow you can't even say this exactly how much you earn. Ask anybody enrolled on this platform, and even when they conducted a test, you know, he performed so poorly in the test that what's his name, the former minister of no, the Antami. Okay. When the lecturers were saying no, we don't want, they conducted a test on UTAS, on IPPIS, and the other platforms that because other professional groups in the university also proposed some payment platforms. IPPIS performed so poorly against others. So why are we still keeping such a payment platform when you can't guarantee transparency? You can't be sure that people are not using it simply to steal people money from hapless civil servants. So this is the situation. So I support them investigating thoroughly to determine where we have issues with this thing, so that at the end of the day we can deal with the problems that are there. Then of course the matter of job racketeering, that one has been on in Abuja for so long. Whether it is public universities that you want to get into, they will sell. I think it was my former boss Ojudu who even went. He was in the Senate, and some people from his state who applied complained to him that look, they were being asked to pay so amount of money, and he went on the floor of the Senate to complain. So it's not new; it's been there for so long. But how we can permit a system or a situation in which people will sit in Abuja, they are not looking at merits, they are just looking at who can pay them the highest sum of money to give such people employment. Employment in public institutions, should be made open. There should be level playing field. The son of the poorest of the poor, if he is good enough to be employed, should be employed. There should be entry examinations and all that. Not to have a situation in which you'll be taking money from people. You will not advertise in national dailies that those vacancies are there, so that the right people can't get the opportunity to apply. You will then call people and be asking for money before you give them employment. They have to deal with this nonsense going on in Abuja.
Is that really because before the federal government had even contemplated, in integrating this thing in the system, they would have done the kind of SWOT analysis to see those flaws.
Yeah, that is expected. Unfortunately, the way things are done in Nigeria, it's not about what will benefit the entire people that will always carry the day. It is what will benefit a few people. Probably some felt that, look,
Would have introduced it?
Yes,
I have the category.
exactly. And talking about the issue of payment for employment is not something new in this country. I remember as far back as 2013 when the Lunak was the Senate president, there was a committee that was set up on this issue then. That go and probe all these MDAs and all these agencies, ministry and departments that they are collecting money before they could give employment to people. What became of that report that was done? What did we do about it? You see, we are going to continue to have this kind of problem in Nigeria if we do not show examples. Some people that have been found guilty of this kind of offense, make them examples. Maybe jail them, send them to whatever. But it is not always right. When you start an investigation, they do the investigation, and then when the report comes in, we go and dump it somewhere because some people know some people somewhere, and no action is taken. We are not going to go anywhere. I remember I was looking at one TikTok something about one South African who was talking about Nigeria, that in the world today, some of the top scientists on the Wall Street everywhere are Nigerians. And why is this so? He said, Nigeria will not find its feet if we continue to have this kind of thing to continue to occur in Nigeria, where we have the best go out of the country to other places. He said it's not going to make the country a better place. You spent a lot of money to train people for the first 24 years of that person's life, and then after that person leaves the country, your best, and he goes to another country and uses his skill, technology, and everything to make that flourish. But your own country where you spend so much money, you don't have all this, you only have and this is going to continue. When you start saying, okay, pay money before you can get employment, and someone that doesn't have money to pay and who has a position somewhere, it will leave the country. So we need to show example. If people are doing this thing, like taking money before they give employment to people, fish them out, punish them, and let the world know that they are being punished. It is only when they see these examples all over that, look, if you do this kind of thing, you'll be punished. That's when we are going to have a sane country.
Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Major General